What's up, Rob?
Hey, how are you, Matt?
Good, man. Sorry I couldn't do this the other day.
It's
I,
all good.
or yesterday, whenever it was.
Yeah, well, I didn't comb my hair today, so it's a little messy, but
I didn't comb mine either.
well, you at least you're wearing a cap. And it's cold today here where I am, so I'm wearing this
Yeah,
kind of super thick
like,
parka looking
like
thingy.
snows where you're at.
I know it is a lot of snow on the ground.
Is it?
I drove back and forth to your area. I went on Friday night, spent the night in Sacramento area. Then I went to the
Oh,
Bay Area. Then I came back on Monday night after the holiday. And man, there's a lot of rain, water, snow up in the mountain. It's like
it's probably the worst time to make that drive.
it's crazy. It's almost like I don't know. It's like we're catching up on all the nature is like figuring out. Like you guys have been in a drought for many years. It feels like it's just bad drought, not so bad drought,
Yeah,
right? So and now like nature is like giving it all back to us. I don't know. It just feels crazy. But
I've been really enjoying it. Like, I love the rain. I used to live up in Humboldt County
yeah,
when I was younger and going to school and stuff. And
yeah.
I loved it up there, just constant rain, just throughout the year, just they break up the nice weather with rain, like I enjoy that environment.
Well,
So
it's good to have it. Hey, we're going to talk about something that happened today.
yeah,
I had a couple customers that were ready to lock, and interest rates in the last couple of days have been, we talked about this. They went up and down, up and down. They've been going up and down, very volatile. It's a crazy environment. I think, I hope to say that we might have already seen the worst of the interest rates back in November at 7% range.
right.
I was, some people were speculating it might hit 8%, and we're like, oh my gosh, no,
Yeah,
don't do that rates. But today they dropped under 6%.
that's amazing.
So we're back to the high fives, and I couldn't figure it out until a few minutes ago. I was trying to figure because I've been busy all day working on
Right.
locking customers that are ready to go. And one particular customer that I had yesterday, we literally looked at a loan estimate, and it's a very low down payment type of program. And when you have very low down payment, it's a little bit of higher risk, so the interest
Right.
rates are a little higher. But I was still able, and it wasn't bad. We were still able to quote 6.375, which is
Okay.
not a bad rate in this market, but it's not a fantastic rate, but it's not bad, right?
Right.
For customers that only have 5% down, even an eighth of a point makes a difference, right?
Right.
So it was a little higher than I thought I was going to be able to get. And I said, you know what? Let's not lock it today. It's a Tuesday after a holiday.
Right.
Let's give it a couple of days, see what happens. To my complete surprise, I go check the rates this morning, and the exact same rate at the exact same cost, the exact same scenario was 6%. That's 3/8 of a point in less than 15 hours, right? I go and I texted them and I go like, guys, I have no idea what's going on, but this rate is available right now. We better lock it. I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. You're buying this house. Let's get it over with. Let's
Yeah.
lock it. And they're like, okay, well, let's think about it. I'm like, think about it? No.
No.
Um,
Yeah. Time to think about it was like a couple minutes ago. Let's go.
yeah, well, thankfully, I mean, rates don't change a lot, but isn't that amazing? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
So
I know they're still high, and I know the interest rates are high. But here's what I think. Do you have any here? I have some based on some quick research that I did because I'm trying to figure out. There's no new information about the economy. There's no new Federal Reserve meeting. There's no new anything happening. So why the sudden change? Do you have any speculation on your side?
I really don't. I think that demand has a lot to do with it, right? At the end of the day, I mean, people want a lower rate.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if people are vocal about that, it's going to have to happen at some point. It's never going to go down like it did.
Yeah.
And that took something pretty catastrophic to make that happen. But I think the public opinion on rates is skewed pretty bad too. As far as it goes, I mean, mid fives, low sixes is not really that bad of a rate.
Right.
You know,
You're absolutely
pre-COVID, what was it?
you're absolutely right. That's exactly where the rates were. You were in the 4 to 6%. That's your normal kind of where rates typically
Yeah,
are. We go up and down in that kind of big band, but they stay within that big. My very first home that I bought in the early 2000s was I still remember my realtor. The rates were in the 7% range, and
yeah,
my realtor goes like, "You got 6 point what?" I think I think it was like 6.1 or something. He's like, "Really? Wow, great rates are amazing." I'm
yeah.
like, "Okay."
Well, it doesn't seem like it to me, but okay.
First time home buyer.
Yeah,
I had no idea where I was getting myself into. All I care was my monthly payment. If I could
right.
make my monthly payment, I was happy, right? So, fast forward a year and a half from now, of course, I get a call from the evil empire. I won't name them. I don't want anybody to go to any of those big, lenders.
Mhm.
But it rhymes with chicken, and they I don't want their lawyers to be chasing you and
Sure.
I on our podcast because we named them. But they, I got a call from them, and sure enough, they were able to offer me, somewhere in the low fives after that.
Mhm.
Um, and it was like, wow, that's like 200, $300. But long story short, back to why. You're absolutely right. The man has to do with it. It's a vicious cycle. When the rates are going up, it's a vicious cycle because people get really scared, right? And
Yeah,
they worry about where's what, oh my gosh, this is going to be another $100 on my monthly payment. I'm gonna stop shopping for a house, right?
yeah,
So those are the people who can buy a house. The people who are, and then you have a big portion of home buyers that are completely taken out of the market, not because it's their choice, it's because they're barely there where they can buy a house.
yeah,
And as soon as the rates go up by a point, their purchasing power diminishes. And they might have been pre-approved by 350. And then with that increase, they now only get approved for 280 or 300,000. And guess what? They can't find a house that fits their needs at that price point. So like deflated, right? The market is deflated. The demand goes down dramatically. As rates are going up, the demand goes down dramatically. But an interesting thing happens when the rate starts stabilizing,
hmm,
and is that all those people that were like, I'm not sure if I should buy,
yeah,
they start realizing this is the new normal, right? They don't hear anymore the rates are going up. They just
right.
hear the rates are going up and down. The rates are better, and so they start looking at it again. And guess what? Typically, January and Feb are, and you know this. I'm looking at the calendar right now.
Mhm.
That those are the slow months, right? This
Right.
is something in your county, right? So it's strange to me that all those people have been that pent up kind of demand is coming back.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I have to look at I have to do a little bit more research, but I'm just excited to announce that the rates are the best they have been in the last 4 months, and I think people are coming back and they're looking at houses again and they're
right.
going to tours again and realizing this is the new norm. And I don't want to miss on that opportunity to buy a house.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are there any programs that are coming out that you've seen?
Interestingly enough, so the biggest program that was that had the highest success um, last year was the Home Equity Builder
Yeah.
program from CalHFA. You and I got a few customers approved by that, and unfortunately, they ran out of money. So
Okay.
by November 30th, they ran out of money. So I've been watching closely what the California finance agency is going to do about this, and it really comes down. Oh, I got frozen there for a second. Can you
Yeah.
hear me okay?
Yeah. You're better.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if it was my internet. But I've been watching to see what they're going to do, and they haven't announced anything yet.
Okay.
But they did have a program on their list to discuss called the equity. I think it's called the equity, or I'm trying to remember the name. I think I had it up here at some point earlier today because I was looking at it. But it's basically the equity appreciation program, which is a program that I'm hoping that they launch this year. They've been talking about it for a year and a half. It's been on the list for Newsom and Congress and the kind of the California Congress to look at. And if they approve it, basically would give up to 20% for down payment.
Okay.
In some areas there are, I don't want to use the word depressed, but in some areas where the income is much lower, they might even give up to 30%. It's on the list. It's on the list of considerations.
Okay.
I'm not sure what they're going to approve, but here's the catch though, and there's always a catch. The equity gain is shared with California.
Okay.
So, I'm typically not a big fan of equity sharing.
Right.
I think it's a little, I don't know. It's legal, but it's a little like, wait a second, I'm buying this house. But from the point of view of first-time home buyer that has no ability to buy a house, and now suddenly I get a chance to buy a house, and I get up to 20% to do it. It's kind of an interesting trade-off that I might be able to give a little bit of my equity in the future for having the ability to actually buy the house. Because
is there a cutoff to that?
In terms
having to give a little bit of your equity, is that for just a certain amount of time, or like with that last program, there was a forgivable loan if they lived in the house for 5 years and paid mortgage on time.
I got to read. So at this point, it's all speculation. I don't want to talk too much about it because my lawyers are going to be saying like, "Hey, Rob, stop talking about things that don't exist yet."
Yeah.
It's I expect that to be the case. I expect to have some limitations about how much the state can claim and how much the customer can do with it. There's always some strings attached, right? There's no free money from the government. I don't think there's something attached. But I think if it happens, depending on the rules and depending on the laws and what the limitations are and what the requirements are, it could be a fantastic program. I wish and I hope that they bring back the home equity, the home equity builder program. That program was absolutely, amazing. But if not, this is a very close second if they can make it work.
Yeah. I just like when there are programs that help, because I make calls all day, or not all day, but every day. I just got done making my phone calls for the day.
Yeah.
And I hear it from people all the time, like, I have great credit, I don't have enough money for down payment. Yeah. Like, well, that's fine. Let's keep in contact. I'll just keep calling you. You call me when you have questions, and then pack that money away and save it. Because at the end of the day, that's the best way to buy a property, right? Is to be able to afford it and not be totally broke when you buy a house. Yeah. Because it's fun to pay your mortgage and be able to eat too, Rob.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you don't want to be just living on ramen noodles but hey, listen, that is a great scenario, by the way. Like, if you have good credit and you don't have your down payment, there's plenty of programs. There's FHA, College FA, there's USDA, there's VA loans if you're a veteran. There's all kinds of, and within those programs, there's sub-programs for teachers, for people who work in healthcare. There's so many different scenarios and we have access to a lot of them. I can't say all of them, but we have access to a lot of them. We've been doing government loans for a long time. So those scenarios are easy. You know what's hard? When they have the down payment and they don't, and the credit is a mess, because fixing credit can take, a long time. So I'll take those all day long if they have, because there's always things you can do. There's ways that you can structure it and things you can do to try to make it easier for them, more affordable for the home buyer if they have good credit. If you think about what's the primary reason why people don't have anything saved when they have good credit, it's income. That is probably one out of, I would say 3 or 4 out of 5 times. That's the reason, right?
Right.
Think about it. If you have good credit, that means you make your payments on time. That means that you're responsible with your car loan, with any other line of credit that you've been using, your credit cards, right?
Yeah.
So if you have good credit and you don't have any down payment, is because you're living paycheck to paycheck, most likely. You're using every penny from your income. which
Right.
means you're probably at or below the average income for that for your area where you live. And there's plenty of programs that we have to help with that.
Awesome. Trying to think what else we can cover today.
I think we covered a lot in whatever number of minutes. And sorry about my internet going a little crazy.
No, it's all good. It's that Wi-Fi, probably, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
But no, this was great. Yeah, thanks for having me again, and let's keep connecting every week and see what things are. If
Yeah.
anybody's on the fence, I think this is a good time to look at it again, see where the rates are. I'm just so excited for my customers. I was able to lock them, starting 6.5, 6.375 yesterday, being able to lock them this morning at 6%. That's, for them, it was savings of almost $120 per day for per payment. I mean,
Right.
it's insane.
Yeah, that's cool. Right on, Rob. It's good to see you as always. We'll talk to you later.
All right. See you next week.